Welcome to the fourth ARCS 2020 educational video section. In this section, we're going to review the patient's Afib, or what the Afib page in the application looks like. When you process or analyze patient's data, if that particular patient has Afib and you determine it's analyzed in the analysis section, it will automatically force you to the Afib section for review of this data first. At the same time, you can come back to this later if you choose to look at templates or events and other things, but initially it pushes you to Afib. All the Afib sessions or sections that it finds are listed in the table at the lower right. In the lower right, this particular patient had 3 Afib sessions, and it shows you the time, the duration, average heart rate, etc. And when you click on that particular session, it will show it in the top R2R stream. This R2R stream represents every beat for that patient. In this case, it was an entire 24 hours. The particular Afib session is highlighted or encased in this box. This box is expanded and displayed in the second row of R2R graphic representation. And then in the third box or graph, you can look at the summary. It's an R2R histogram summary. So if you click on any of these, it will show you, for example, that this R2R interval, there were 29 of them, and here's one of them displayed in the bottom. If you choose to look at the histogram at the top, create another box, you can do that, and it'll redefine what it's showing you. But if you go back to the beginning, looking at the session on the lower right, and click at that, it'll show you that particular session that I identified, and the third line will identify that. But if you want, again, this box is expanded in the second row. And then in the third R2R histogram, it provides details or a count. So if you want to look at the outliers and see what that looks like, you click on this. For example, there was one that shows you that. And you see we have a pause here. So it gives you additional information as to what's going on in this particular section. At this point, you have a chance of doing some beat reclassification as you did on the templates page. You can delete a beat. You can smart reclassify, save a strip, things like that. I should also point out that in this lower strip, this is, again, every beat for this patient for the entire study. And as you look at it, above it, it's going to, for every beat, it's going to show the classification. In this case, N is a normal. They're going to show you that the heart rate was 91. And it's also showing you the interval between beats. In this case is 992, in this case 656. You can change that if you don't want to see both R2R and HR, but I have it set to display both. And at the very bottom, there's a histogram that shows wherever each beat is that you're looking at. So if I come back and click on this R2R histogram in the middle, there's one beat. That beat is shown here. And then the overall, it shows where that beat is at the very bottom. That concludes this section. We will now move along and we will do events and strips.